Today we're looking to get some wins in Timeless by throwing creatures at our opponent's face with the help of Goblin Bombardment. So here is our Goblin Bombardment deck for Timeless, which apparently costs over $1,000 in paper. Good thing we're playing this one on Magic Arena. And this deck is pretty sweet. We're built around one of my all-time favorite enchantments in Goblin Bombardment. So Goblin Bombardment, 2-mana enchantment, lets us sack a creature to deal 1 damage to any target. So our hope is to combine this with Goblin Bombardment Panharmonicon, Mayhem Devil. Mayhem Devil, whenever we sack something, deals 1 damage to any target. So this combined together means every time we sack something to Goblin Bombardment, we get 2 damage, which lets us wipe out our opponent's creatures or just go face and close out the game. Plus, Mayhem Devil triggers whenever any player sacks any permanent. So if we crack a fetch, or our opponent cracks a fetch, or someone cracks a clue token or a treasure token, we get a little extra damage out of that. So what are we sacking to Goblin Bombardment? And the sweetest part of playing this deck in Timeless is definitely Bloodghast. So Bloodghast is just this 2-mana 2/1 can't block creature. The trick is it has landfall, return from our graveyard to the battlefield. So this allows for some really weird explosive combo turns with the help of fetch lands. We can have a Bloodghast, sack it to Goblin Bombardment, get a damage, maybe 2 if we have Mayhem Devil, play a fetch land, get back Bloodghast, sack it again to Goblin Bombardment, get a couple of damage, then we can crack the fetch land, get back the Bloodghast again, maybe attack with it since it gets haste once our opponent gets low on life, and then sack it again to get in more damage. It adds up to being a lot of damage, and our deck has a ton of fetches. So yeah, this might not kill our opponent in 1 turn, but over the course of 2 or 3 turns, Bloodghast, Goblin Bombardment, maybe a Mayhem Devil and some fetches is a ridiculous amount of damage to close out the game. We also have Fable the Mirrorbreaker Seasoned Pyromancer, which adds some creatures to the board, especially Seasoned Pyromancer. I actually think Pyromancer is way better than Fable in this deck. The only problem is Seasoned Pyromancer pretty weak to Orcish Bowmasters because you have to draw cards when you play. You don't really have a choice. So if our opponent has a Bowmasters, it is a huge blowout. But these cards add a bunch of bodies to the battlefield for sacking. Plus, they let us get our Bloodghast in the graveyard, which is what we really want to do. We don't want to really spend 2 mana on it. We'd rather just play a land and get it back for free. We also have Deathrite Shaman Ragavan, Tarampus on turn 1, maybe into Blood Moon on turn 2 to just hardlock our opponent out of the game. We got 2 Blood Moons in the main deck and then 2 more in the sideboard for the good matchups. Then we have Orcish Bowmasters, Kroxa, which are just really strong in general. Kroxa also works well with Goblin Bombardment. We can do the trick of playing Kroxa, and then it's going to die because of its not being escaped, but then with its trigger on the stack, we can sack it to Goblin Bombardment to get a little extra damage. Otherwise, Lightning Bolt gives us some removal that can go face. Mana Base, as I mentioned, a ton of fetch lands, making sure we can fetch up swamps to get around the Blood Moon. In the sideboard, a bunch of removal, some discard, some graveyard hate, more Blood Moons, another Ragavan for when we're on the play. And that is Goblin Bombardment for Timeless. That's our Much Abrew deck for this week. So let's jump into some games and see if we can get some wins by sacking our board for value. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap up. Need some Magic cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. We've got new tokens and playmats, and you can even get the tokens signed if you want. Check them all out over at mtggoldfishmerch.com. All right. Much Brew About Nothing time. We are playing some Goblin Bombardment in Timeless this week, and okay. Also, there may be some Blood Moons. We'll keep this. Sand seems reasonable. Blood Moon doesn't seem that reasonable. Utopia Sprawl. Obnoxious. Well, Blitzing Mire, crack it. Yeah, I guess we just take them out and play the Ragavan. So the opponent must be playing Mono Green Devotion, I guess. So I guess Blood Moon does stop Nykthos from doing Nykthos things, but... Alright, opponent. Lightning Bolt off the Utopia Sprawl, which is on red. Okay. Well, I don't really know what our opponent's doing then. Your guess is as good as mine. Opponent, Beseiju and Bloodbraid Elf. Spins into a Blood Moon. Yeah, that doesn't really do anything. Except lets us know for sure that we can discard our Blood Moon. I think we just kill the Bloodbraid Elf. Kill the Bloodbraid Elf. Play the Swamp. Play Seasoned Pyro. This is actually pretty good, because we can discard a Bloodghast that's going to come back, and a Blood Moon. Draw 2 cards. Ooh, that's a Kroxa. All right. Opponent might be playing Panza. They might be trying to blow up lands. That was a good season Pyromancer. It always hurts. If you're playing Blood Moon and then you see your opponent's also playing Blood Moon, it feels so bad. Because you know they built their deck in a way to survive it. Play a Croxa, make you discard? Our opponent did nothing that turn too. Discarded a lightning bolt. What are they up to? I'll play the land. Get back to Bloodghast. I mean, we are gonna dash Ragavan. It's probably gonna die, but we are gonna do it. Dash Ragavan. All right, so opponent, the handful of bolts apparently. Bolt number 3. That's kind of okay though, because that gives us the cards we need to get back Croxa from our graveyard. Well, I guess blow up a swamp if you can, opponent. Stomping Grounds, probably better known as Mountain. And Karn the Great Creator. Well, let's see how good Karn is here. They might have to get Graveyard Hate to get rid of the Croxa, which feels pretty bad, but that might be their only real play. Yeah, they get a Tormod's Crypt. I mean, so this kind of works out. They get rid of the Croxa, but they also just spent their Karn on essentially nothing. Well, we'll play... we gotta play the Mayhem Devil, I think. Play the Mayhem Devil, play the Overgrowth Tube, go to combat. Hit the Karn, hit the Karn. No way our opponent has bolt number 4. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. All right, opponent down to 13. Karn out of the way. You know what we could use is a Goblin Bombardment. Would be absurd. Ooh, opponent has Seasoned Pyromancer. Cute. Someone else who does not fear the Orcish Bowmaster, apparently. Looking at our Mayhem Devil. Wow, they found bolt number 4. Okay, bolt number 4. Well, Deathray Shaman. We will play our Seasoned Pyromancer. Draw a couple of cards. Actually, no, we're going to attack with these 1/1s too. If our opponent wants to kill a 1/1, that's fine. We get through more damage. Do they just block the Bloodghast? The one that comes back from the graveyard whenever we play a land? Bloodbraid Elf, spin it to win it, spin it to win it into Fable of the Mirror Breaker. But we do have a Bowmaster. Well, Polluted Delta. Get back to Bloodghast with haste. Bowmaster to get empty-handed and also send a message. Seasoned Pyro, draw some cards, and we're kind of popping off here now. I'll go to combat, hit ya. And this kind of means our opponent probably can't really loot with the Fable either. Opponent blocks and blocks. Opponent's in desperation mode. They're in desperation mode. They're just trying to stay alive. All right, opponent, this better be a pretty good draw. Would you like to loot? Whoa! They did, okay. Yes, we would take a free Bowmaster damage, grow our work. You need something big about it. You need a, I don't even know, Star of Extinction. How about Star of Extinction? That would do it. Well, we won the Pyro War that time. I think we start by cutting Blood Moons. Blood Moons do not seem that helpful this game. Maybe bring in Thoughtseize? Yeah, let's just run it like that. We're both playing Seasoned Pyromancer, but we also have Orcish Bowmaster, which is really good against our opponent's Seasoned Pyromancer. Whew, all right, I mean, we're gonna keep this. Double Bowmaster and a Bombardment. Opponent, Forest, and Elvish Mystic. Yeah, opponent just straight up does not fear the Bowmaster. Does not fear the Bowmaster. Well, we're gonna crack this for a swamp. We are gonna still get our swamps first because of our opponent having the potential to play Blood Moon. Wins Whipteeth. Cracks it. Well, they get to play a 3-drop. Potentially. Ooh, they just go with Lightning Bolt. Okay. I mean, this is kind of fine. Because now we get to just kill their Elvish Mystic. Get rid of the Mana Dork. And we have the combo this turn. We have Goblin Bombardment and Goblin Bombardment Panharmonicon. Also known as Mayhem Devil. Well, that's kind of a freebie. Bowmaster, ping ya, grow the orc, trade him off, play the land, go. Opponent, would you like to rummage? Come on, opponent. Come on, opponent. No fear. Wow! Jeez! Wait, maybe our opponent doesn't know Orcish Bowmaster exists. Not only do they not fear the Bowmaster in deck building, they also don't fear it on the battlefield. Wait, you just gave us a free 4/4 and 4 damage for rummaging away 2 lands? And playing an Elvish Mystic? Oh, opponent. Oh, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen. Opponent. We draw a Bloodghast. I think we start by attacking. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone care less about Orcish Bowmaster. Maybe it doesn't need to be banned. Maybe you just need our opponent's attitude. Yeah, who cares? Bowmaster, whatever. What's that? I've never heard of such a card as a Bowmaster. Make you discard. Crocs is kind of cute with Bombardment. We haven't been able to get it down yet, but wow, opponent goes to 9. I guess the other thing is our opponent might have just had a handful of lands, and they might just be so desperate that they were like, I gotta do it. Like, yes, this hurts. This is horrible, but I don't have a choice. It could be that. Bloodbraid? Well, One Ring. Okay, One Ring's pretty good. One Ring, draw a card. Trigger the Bowmaster. This is fine. We get to ping the Orc, ping the Orc. Yeah, let's Croxa. Get rid of the card in our opponent's hand. Doesn't target, so it does work through the One Ring. Play the land, play the Bloodghast. No reason to attack. Opponent. All right, One Ring, One Ring. No fear of that Bowmaster. No fear, no fear. Fire it off. You're good. Clothe this. You're good, opponent. Draw those cards. You gotta draw those cards, opponent. You gotta draw those cards. Opponent does not draw those cards. All right, they're gonna copy the elf to chump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just play Bombardment. Play Bombardment this turn. This puts us in a position where if our opponent gets greedy, we could kill them. And it means we probably win with Panharmonicon Mayhem Devil next turn with our Goblin Bombardment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, well, we got there. Opponent tried to Ponza us, but in the end, Goblin Bombardment's gonna come through. Lightning Bolt. Well, we're not missing anything, right? If they activate this, they're gonna die. All right, Mayhem Devil. Probably better known as Panharmonicon. And then sack a Bloodghast. And then sack a 6/6 Orc, ping ya. And then sack a Bowmaster, ping ya. And how about a Bowmaster, ping ya. Goblin Bombardment is such a good card. Why is Goblin Bombardment not seeing more competitive play? Oh, an opponent doesn't want us to get the kill. Goes out on their own turn. Terms. Wow, we got bumped all the way back to gold. Watsy. Insufferably. Oh, sweet. Goblin Bombardment. Such a good card. I love me some Goblin Bombardment. I don't know why it doesn't see more play. I mean, I guess so. It is kind of narrow, right? You pretty much got to be some sort of sacrifice themed deck, but in a sacrifice themed deck, or like even as a build around, like our deck exists because of Goblin Bombardment. Oh boy, Abrew Grazer. Well, this, I don't know how it goes. So we need a Blood Moon, and we need it pretty quick. And I don't know if we have a Blood Moon pretty quick here. Oh, we have 2 in the main deck, right? Two Blood Moons in the main, 2 more in the sideboard. Wait, does our opponent? Oh my God. Okay. On second thought, life might be great. If our opponent is missing land drops here, life is much better. Huh. Yeah, let's Deathrite. Deathrite, Blood Crypt, go. They could be Yogg, I guess. I assume they're Mono Green Titan. They're definitely Mono Green Titan. Okay, so they're Mono Green Titan. There's a Splunking, draws a card. Is it a land? Please no. Oh boy, it's a land, okay. Okay, Blood Moon? No, not Blood Moon. Let's play a land. Fable the Mirror Breaker. In theory, our opponent could drop a Primeval Titan next turn, and if they do, we are essentially dead. It would mean they went land... Come on now. Come on now. All right. Now I think we're dead. I can't believe our opponent kept a 2-lander and hit enough lands to actually execute their game plan. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so the thing about our deck is it's a cool little synergy deck, but they have no red mana for their... You don't have red mana for your Handiwork Battle Bit. Okay, gonna get a couple of forests. Well, at this point, we're mostly hoping for some sort of miracle, I think. It's possible we could discard Bloodghast. They're not gonna draw cards, right? Discard Bowmasters, I think. We're just gonna have to combo kill them. Like, that's the only... Actually, they're not gonna block with Prime Time. Yeah, let's discard the Bowmaster. Blood Moon? Oh, nothingness. Nothingness for days. We can play Fable of the Mirror Breaker Part 2. Bloodstained Mire, get back to Bloodghast. Yeah, I think our opponent has this one. Is there anything we can do that matters? I mean, I guess we're not literally dead this turn, most likely. Yeah, we'll pass. We just don't have enough damage, even if we draw, like... So it's too late for Blood Moon. Our opponent's already going to make a million zombies. If we draw Goblin Bombardment, is there any way we can win? Do you just have another Primeval Titan in hand? Why are they playing Handware Battlement in a mono green deck? I mean, I guess they must have red mana somewhere? Alright, well, there's gonna be a lot of zombies. So we need to combo kill somehow. Is it possible? Yeah, so opponent makes a million zombies. I mean, it definitely starts and ends with drawing Goblin Bombardment. I think if we draw Goblin Bombardment with 2 Bloodghast and a fetch land, I think it's possible, and the Mayhem Devil, I think it's possible we can just combo kill. So opponent gets red mana, they go to 60, and they haste up the Titan, they go to combat, they get in with the Titan. This still doesn't kill us though. They hit us for a lot, but it doesn't kill us. Is there a Goblin Bombardment in our top 3 cards? I guess we crack the fetch. They're gonna Bajuka Bog. Sure. Yep. Make a bunch of zombies, Primeval Titan, gonna get some more lands. Well, it depends on what's on the top of our deck. Clear the Hydra, Gayborn Manor, infinite zombies, essentially. Oh, I really want to find this Bombardment, because it would be a cool combo kill turn, so we crack this. If we don't find the Bombardment, there's no chance. We get a Swamp, Deathrite, Drain you, so opponent goes to 14. All about the Bombardment, all about the Bombardment. Mayhem Devil. Well, we will do some looting. We flip the Saga. We discard Bloodghast. 1-2, 1-2. We discard a Mayhem Devil. Come on, Magic Gods. Come on, Magic Gods. Show us that Bombardment. Show us that Bombardment. More Bloodghast. Well, so our opponent did what their deck is trying to do. Little unfortunate they kept the 2-lander and then drew out of it, but yeah, so opponent did what their deck is trying to do. Unfortunately for us, we did not find the Bombardment. That's the card we needed. If we found the Bombardment there, I think we could have just straight up killed our opponent. I think we go down Ragavans in this matchup. Ragavan, it just gets blocked. They're gonna have blockers for days. I guess we can go up one Thoughtseize, run it like that. So this matchup's really weird because we're not gonna stop their Primeval Titans. Well, Blood Moon can stop their game plan, but outside of Blood Moon, we're not gonna really interact with their Primeval Titans. We just gotta let them do their thing. The good news is they're not really gonna interact with us much. We're not keeping that hand. All right, this hand actually has some action at least. I think we just put Kroxa to the bottom. Blood Crypt and Deathrite Shaman go. We'd like to get empty-handed for this Season Pyro if we could. Opponent. We would also like to find a Blood Moon. Blood Moon greatly slows down our opponent. Cammy puts a colony. This is instant replay of last game. Well, okay. Polluted Delta, crack Polluted Delta, grab a Swamp, and exile the land, and play a Mayhem Devil. Go. Blood Moon's not going to stop our opponent from playing Magic, most likely, but it will stop them from going off with Field of the Dead, at least. Bloodghast. There's no way to double up our Bloodghast trigger, right? So we play Bloodstained Mire. We crack Bloodstained Mire. Grab a Crypt. Untapped. Play a Bloodghast. Okay, I guess our opponent just wants to draw a card. Sure. And get down the Bombardment. They're probably looking for Natural Order, I guess. So we can't even get in damage, right? I don't think so. We're gonna attack anyway, it doesn't really matter. This plant can't do anything, but I think they can. Yes, all right. Can't they block for free? Oh, I guess they can't. All right, Once Upon a Time, 4 mana. So opponent's trying to find lands. Well, I mean, this gives us hope. This does give us hope. Opponent finds a Worm Coil. Worm Coil's not actually that good against us. Another Colony Garden. Opponent passes. All right, gonna block, take 2. Now let's play the Pyro. Interesting. Hopefully they don't have 2 Veil of Summers, but they might. The fact they threw that first one away just to cycle makes me think they could have 2. Well, apparently they don't. Well, we're going to take the Primeval Titan. Wormcoil we don't really care about. Goblin Bombardment pretty much beats Wormcoil because we can just sack whatever we block or they block with the Wormcoil. Abrew Grazer, sure. Seasoned Pyromancer is so good when your opponent doesn't have Orcish Bowmaster. Plays a World Tree. Do we win here? I don't think we quite... Actually, all right, let's Seasoned Pyro. Number 2, discard the Bloodghast. Okay, there's a land. Opponent's at 14, so we can sack a Bloodghast, ping ya. This should be game. Panharmonicon. Goblin Bombardment, Panharmonicon. Get back to Bloodghast. Sack a Bloodghast, ping ya. I don't even think we need to attack. I think we can win without attacking if we would like. An opponent sees it coming, scoops it up, and that's the power of Bombardment. Bombardment with a Mayhem Devil, we probably just win the game. I really want to Blood Moon him. I really want to Blood Moon this deck. Really. Our dream draw, I think, is just Deathrite, Blood Moon, fetch land. Like, that's what we want the most. Let's go down... 1 Fable, 1 Thoughtseize, run it like that. The other thing about our opponent's deck is they don't have that many payoffs. So I think Thoughtseize is pretty good because they're probably gonna have a hand with a bunch of ramp, a bunch of lands, and maybe just a single like Primeval Titan. We're gonna keep this. We can't not keep this. It does not have the Blood Moon, although it does have a fast Seasoned Pyro if we want it to dig for the Blood Moon. All right, opponent finds a gate, forest, and some sort of Abrew Grazer effect. Literal Abrew Grazer. Putting the Gateborn Manor into play. Oh, there it is. There it is. Swamp. Deathrite Shaman. Okay, that took a turn for the better. Hold! Abrew Grazer. Field of the Dead. Oh, okay. Well, there is one question. Do you have Beseju or something similar? Wooded Foothills. Crack Wooded Foothills. Exile a land, and Blood Moon you. Oh, okay. We are safe for the moment. Don't Beseju us. No. Eat a land. Red mana. Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard Bloodghast and Deathrite. Polluted Delta, get back to Bloodghast, and pass the turn. Well, we found a Bombardment. Passing, okay. Opponent thinks about blocking. Blocks. Sure. So they take 2. We will play a Goblin Bombardment. I think we actually need to kill these Grazers that are blocking us. Sack the Bloodghast, kill the Grazer. Blood Crypt, get back to Bloodghast. Bowmaster. Also kill the Grazer. Oh, Brothers at End would be a blowout. I guess we can still sack our board, but we are a Mayhem Devil away. We need the Panharmonicon. Oh, an opponent scoops it up, and our little synergy file takes down the turn 3 Primeval Titan deck, and that was a good performance. Our opponent got us good in game 1. Games 2 and games 3, though, we really got to see the power of just like Seasoned Pyromancer with Goblin Bombardment. Plus, we always have the ability to just jank our opponent out with Blood Moon. That was sweet. Much more about nothing time. We are playing some Goblin Bombardment in time. Ooh, mono red, burn. Playing some Goblin Bombardment in Timeless this week, and do we just play Deathrite? Probably. We could play Ragavan, but it's gonna die. I think it's better to Deathrite here, and then there could be a turn where we can dash a Ragavan earlier, or later. Not early. It's turn 1, not gonna be earlier. Get down the Deathrite. Seeing the mountain, I'm definitely expecting a bolt of some kind. Play with fire. Oh, bound it. Well, not a bolt. Blood Crypt, and I eat a lot of the Great Revel. Well, let's just... What if Foothills? Crack it. Grab our single mountain. I think we just need to bolt the Eidolon. Drop to 16. Play the Deathrite. And ship the turn. We do have a green source we can fetch for gaining life, maybe, with the death rights. Ugh. Alright, more play with fires. Apparently our death rights are not going to live today. Bump in the night. We could Blood Moon. I think we just dash a Ragavan, though. Let's dash a Ragavan, hit our opponent. Yoink a land. Play the Bloodstained Mire and pass the turn. Blood Moon, I don't think it... Well, it would lock Luris and future Bump in the Nights. Wow, that's a lot of Bump in the Nights. Okay. And light up the stage. DRC and Bobble. Ooh, and they have the land. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, DRC. This is actually looking pretty bad for us. Actually looking very bad for us. Get the tap land. So opponent can Bobble, Surveil, draw a card. Oh, maybe we should have Blood Mooned. Looks at their own deck for some reason. Well, let's Season Pyromancer. Discard, discard. Into nothing. Yeah, play a Ragavan. Oof. Probably pretty dead, though. Our opponent's at 16. We could be dead right now with our opponent having DRC and 3 cards in hand. I don't know if this is a bad matchup or just the way this game played out was bad for us. All right, show us the bolts. Oh, we really should have Blood Mooned, I guess. What are the odds they draw 3 Bump in the Nights? Not high. I'm pretty sure this is the only black card in their deck. Like, I guess it's possible they play a Fatal Push or something, but... It is unfortunate that they drew every Bump in the Night. Well, we're on the play this game. We're going to go down the Blood Moons. We'll go up to Fatal Pushes. We don't really have life gain. We have the death rights, but no life gain in the sideboard or anything like that. Now we don't even got to think about Blood Mooning. It's not worth it. There's no way it's worth it to just shut down the Bump in the Nights, but the way that game played out, it would have actually worked that one game somehow. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, we're going to mulligan. All right, this is better, I guess. Better-ish. A Season Pyro to the bottom. Well, we do need one more land. Let's just play the Swamp Go. One more land. We'd like to Bombardment into Pyromancer, discarding the Bloodghast, ideally. Opponent Bobble cracks it. Oh, they probably also have Orc Bowmasters, I guess. That's probably their second black card. All right, Bobble draws. We draw Blood Crypt. Well... Can we afford to play it untapped? Yeah, let's just do it this way. What if Oils crack it? We do want to get down the Bombardment. Grab a Mountain. We might end up shocking ourselves anyway, but play the Bombardment. See what we draw next turn. We do got to watch out for Bowmasters. All right, gonna Lightning Bolt our face. And light up the stage. Swift Spear and Skewer. Well, ouch. Blood Crypt, untapped, Season Pyro. Discard, discard. We got to get on the board. We got to get on the board. All right, we find a Bowmasters and another Pyro, and we get a bunch of fuel for Bombardment. It would be nice if we could strand this Skewer. Okay, so they're going to Bowmasters into Skewer. Yeah. And I think we just... Well, I guess we don't have to do this now, right? We see what we draw. We drop to 10. Opponent passes. All right, let's play Mayhem Devil. Let's Goblin Bombardment, sack. Kill both creatures. Get in for 3. Hit you to 15. Pass the turn. I don't think we can win next turn. We can win in 2 turns. I guess if they kill the Mayhem Devil, that's going to make it harder. All right. Going to Unholy Heat the Mayhem Devil, so we'll sack it. Yeah, they might be getting Luris. That seems possible. So what can they get back with Luris? Bowmasters is the worst thing. All right, they grab Luris. We untap. We draw a Bloodstained Mire. Opponent's at 12. Well, let's Bloodstained Mire. Get back the Bloodghast. Orcish Bowmasters ping ya. Sack the Bloodghast. Ping ya. Crack the fetch land. Get back the Bloodghast with haste. I guess we just get a tap land. So get back the Bloodghast. Go to combat. Hit ya. Oh, wait. That's actually lethal. We can win this turn. Wow, that was more damage than I realized. 5 and 4, and Goblin Bombardment is kind of busted. And 3 and 2, and yeah, I thought we were going to be a damage short, but oh, the power of the bombardment. Who's the burn deck now, Burn? Who's the burn deck now? Well, that's the power of the Goblin Bombardment. Seriously, it's so much damage. Yeah, run it back. I don't think there's anything else we can really do. Ooh, opponents on the play this game, which is scary. That is very frightening. Very, very frightening. All right. So no 1-drop, but this hand, ooh, DRC. Okay, Fatal Push. Thank you, Magic Gods. Thank you. Bloodstained Mire, crack it. That was a good draw. So we will get a Swamp. Actually, you know what? We're gonna pass. My gut reaction was kill the DRC, but we have the Bowmaster in hand. So I think it's actually probably better to let our opponent get some value here and then Bowmaster it rather than just firing up the Fatal Push, which we might need for an Eidolon. Yeah, in that case, we kind of messed up our fetching. We'll see if it punishes us. We should have not cracked our fetch and then got a dual land, because now we're probably going to have to shock ourselves, and that extra point of life could end up mattering. Opponent, again, looking at their deck. They got a fetch land this time, though, so it makes sense. Hits us. Down 18. And, oh, that's actually super awkward. All right. Yeah, that's actually bad for us. So opponent gets to draw. So now what we have to do, even though this really, really hurts, is we Bowmaster to kill the DRC, and we end up taking 4 damage. But we got to kill the DRC first, because if we Fatal Push the Eidolon on our opponent's turn, it grows the DRC, and then we can't Bowmaster it. Opponent. Wow, okay. We're going to attempt to double block. If our opponent has a burn spell to creature, that's fine. All right. Well, we would have rather had it be a one that could go face, but so there goes a Bowmaster. Bump in the Knight. Down to 13. We draw a Swamp, so I think we have to Fatal Push the Eidolon. We drop to 9. Not good. Play Polluted Delta past the turn. I mean, opponent's down to 2 cards, but we're down to 9 life, which is really, really not ideal. All right, let's see what they got. I mean, we could die right now. Triple Bolt. All right, land. That's not a bolt. And Luris. Okay, this is about as good as this turn could go for us. Well, we're going to crack our fetch, get a Blood Crypt. I mean, our opponent's also down to 12. That Eidolon hurt them quite a bit, too. Well, Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard a couple cards. Draw a couple cards. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Get back the Bloodghast. And pass the turn. Oh, this is big. This is huge. Huge. Opponent cracks. Down to 11. Bolts are face to 5. If they can go Luris Eidolon, that's kind of scary. Can we just win, though? All right, there's the Luris. What's the follow-up? Just a bobble to draw a card. All right, opponent's going for the long game. The long game that's about to end. Opponent cracks. Draws. Actually, let's flash in our Bowmasters. This might actually let us win. Ping the Luris. Opponent draws. Ping the Luris. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Oh my god, and a bolt? And a bolt? There's no 4 damage burn spell, right? Okay. Oh no, I punted. Oh, it's not gonna matter, but I did punt. Goblin Bombardment. That was a punt, because we could have got 1 more point of damage out of the Bloodghast. All right, so opponent's gonna Unholy Heat the Seasoned Pyromancer. We should be okay, though, because we still have a Lightning Bolt. So we sack the Bloodghast, ping ya. Down to 10. Wooded Foothills. For a mountain, get back the Bloodghast. Actually, no, are we short? Are we short because of that? 7. Oh, it's Xaxes. We almost punted our way out of that. Hit you to 4, and then the countdown is on. Wow, could you imagine if we were 1 damage short because we played that fetch land? Oh, we almost punted our way out of this, but in the end, the power of the bombardment Good enough to take down Burn, and that's actually pretty sweet. This deck's actually really sweet. Oh, I love Goblin Bombardment. I love this deck. It's working. And we're playing Seasoned Pyromancer in the world of Orcish Bowmasters and getting away with it. All right, it is Goblin Bombardment time. And this hand actually looks excellent, amazing. Ragavan, Bombardment, Bowmasters if necessary, Pyro. Really, there's not much more we could want out of a hand other than our Panharmonicon, Mayhem Devil. Let's play Ragavan. Boom. Dirty Monkey. Can you beat it, I Kessel? Just let us get in a couple. Ooh, green? We're probably going to get an attack here because we can snipe a Mana Dork. Oh, it's... Well. We will Bowmasters down the Cami. So our goal now is every Ragavan attack just hit a Primeval Titan and we're good, right? Titan, please. I think we actually play that. Somehow we've become an Abrew Grazer deck. We do have a land to put into play, and that's a body we can sack. So one of the things about these Primeval Titan decks, oh, Dryad of the Ilsengrove. So they're base green, but then they tend to have different splash colors. This one appears to, actually this makes the most sense, right? So we can crack this, crack the Wooded Foothills, get a Blood Crypt untapped, Goblin Bombardment, sack the Grazer. Ragavan's such a disgusting card. The gift that just keeps giving. That Grazer that we stole was so big. Headshot down to 14. Oh, we hit the Titan. We hit the, okay, one Titan down. 3 more Ragavan attacks, 3 more Titans exiled. GG. That's a hit. Whoa. Okay, so opponent's playing some sort of spicy primetime deck. Mulches finds a Blast Zone, which actually is relatively good against us. Another Cammy Whammy to put the Blast Zone into play, or maybe the Lair of the Hydra. I mean, we're in pretty good shape though, right? We can Seasoned Pyromancer to pitch the Kroxa. Why? This is like a graveyard deck. Interesting. Names Creature, Azusa, and Elvish Reclaimer. This is a spicy form of primetime deck, I will say. We draw Orcish Bowmaster. All right, new plan. Bowmaster number 2. Snipe the Cammy. Go attacking, steal a Primeval Titan, of course. Every day. Oh, just a land. Okay, and then let's Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard the Kroxa, which we'd rather have in the graveyard anyway. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are a bolt away from lethal. An opponent not going to stick around to find out, and Goblin Bombardment might actually just be busted. I mean, I know we got dropped down in rank a bunch, so maybe that's why it feels busted, but we are kind of just smacking people with this deck. Goblin Bombardment, I love this card. I love it. I also love that we're a sack deck that isn't playing Cat Oven shenanigans. Blood Artist, or Bloodghast being back is like, oh, it's so cool. This deck is so cool. I love this deck. And we get to Blood Moon people. We'll go down. Let's go 2 Fables. So the thing about Fable Seasoned Pyromancer, if there's no Orcish Bowmaster, Seasoned Pyromancer is better for our deck, because it makes 3 bodies usually, gives us all the value right away. So if there's no Bowmaster, if there is Bowmaster, then Fable is often better, just because Seasoned Pyromancer really lines up poorly with Bowmaster. So since we're not really worried about Bowmaster, I think if we're gonna cut 3 drops, we cut Fable here and keep the Seasoned Pyros. Ooh, that's a Blood Moon and a Ragavan to maybe ramp into the Blood Moon. Although it's unlikely that'll work, but it could. I mean, even a turn 3 Blood Moon seems decent against our opponent's deck. Plus, we got the Dryad of the Ilsengrove War. So the way this works is, against Dryad of the Ilsengrove, whatever comes down last wins. So if we play Blood Moon and then our opponent Dryads, all their lands do what they want. If they play Dryad and then we play Blood Moon, then their lands will be mountains. Timestamps, layers, all that stuff that no one actually cares about. Opponent Forest End. Can we get in a monkey attack? Oh, we can. We can. A Kroxa. Oh, God. All right. And, well, this is wonderful. Steal Primeval Titan, please. Yeah, okay, a land. There's actually a question here as to whether we even play the Blood Moon. Because if we play Blood Moon, and then they just play Dryad next turn, we get super wrecked. I think we're actually gonna wait. We're gonna play, you know what, that's silly. Whatever, we're gonna play it. How can we pass up turn 2 Blood Moon? If you got the Dryad, you got the Dryad. Good on ya. If you don't have the Dryad, then enjoy your mountains. Looking at the graveyard, why are they... Beleged recovery for wine. Oh god. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, hit ya. If that's all our opponent's doing, we're feeling pretty good. Do we want to mulch? Is there any value to mulching? Very slight value. Yeah, that's probably silly. Let's just play Bloodstained Mire as a mountain, play Goblin Bombardment, and we could hit a Seasoned Pyro. We could hit Croxa. You know what? Let's mulch. Let's do it. I talked myself into it. Wow. We should not have mulched. We had a Bloodghast at least, so that is, I think it's correct. Bloodghast, Croxa, Seasoned Pyro. We got enough graveyard stuff that I think it's worth it, but that was not the best milling. All right, Azusa. Mountain number 1 for the turn, and mountain number 2 for the turn. Mountain, oh, it's an island. All right. Opponent, no longer a mountaineer. Well, okay, so we need to play Orcish Bowmasters to take a little off the top of Azusa. Then we need to sack the token to take a little more off the top of Azusa. Then we can get in with a monkey, hit ya. Steal a Primeval Titan. Winding Way. You know what? We're gonna do this again. We're gonna cast it, and we're gonna name creatures this time. Ragavan is a absolute... We're gonna hit all lands, aren't we? We're gonna hit all lands. Hey, okay, that works. Ragavan's so busted. Well, land, get back the Bloodghast. Go ahead, opponent, go ahead. Do we win next turn? I think. 1, 2, 3. We can sack this twice. We have the Mayhem Devil. Yeah, opponent scoops it up in. I appreciate our opponent doing something spicy, but there's a few cards in Timeless that you need to build your deck in a way that you can beat. One of them is Ragavan, and our opponent just let us hit him with Ragavan again and again and again. Not a way to win in Timeless, but this deck's good. It's good. Much Brew About Nothing time. We're gonna keep this. We got the Mayhem Devil. We have Panharmonicon. The rest of the hand, I mean, I guess we got a Fable to go digging. Let's just play this Overgrown Tomb. Our opponent will have no idea that we're actually a Rakdos Goblin Bombardment deck. All right, Fuzzy Slippers. Ooh, Abrew. Everybody, I swear to God, is playing this deck. So many. I don't even think this deck's good. It's fine. Maybe we gotta play it. I've never played it. This Primeval Titan deck, I feel like it's the deck I play against most on Arena. I feel like I never lose to it. It's one of those decks that a ton of people play, and I am gonna regret saying these words because I'm sure this is the time they're gonna like turn 3 Primeval Titan and we're gonna get absolutely smacked. I feel like we just never lose to this deck no matter what we do. Do we want to save our fetches? Do we want to bolt this Grazer? Not really. Yeah, let's just Mountain Fable. Unfortunately, we are off to kind of a slow start. So the way I think this matchup works is I don't think we can stop our opponent from doing their Primeval Titan things, but we might be able to kill them through the... Oh, no, not natural. All right, well, that's a fast Titan. This is the turn 3. Oh, no, I knew it was gonna happen. The time I'm like, oh, we never lose to this deck, we're gonna get absolutely stomped. I mean, it's still not impossible that we could win. It's gonna be tough though. It's gonna be very tough. The way we can win is comboing with Bombardment, but this is just so fast. Our opponent, turn 3 Primeval Titan, Field of the Dead coming on next turn. Unless we draw another bolt, we're probably not going to be able to kill the Titan. Not good news at all. You know what we need? Well, we would have needed is a Blood Moon. I guess Blood Moon is still good here if we hit it right now. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Well, we will discard a land. I guess a Fable. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Mayhem Devil, Seasoned Pyromancer. Let's play Mayhem Devil. Play a Bloodstained Mire. We attack. Our opponent's probably going to block with a Grazer. I guess we should have attacked with the Bloodghast too. Yeah, I think that was a slight punt. So we get to kill the Grazer, grab a Blood Crypt tapped, and pass the turn. The problem is there's going to be a lot of zombies. We need to hit exactly Goblin Bombardment and we got a shot. Oh, it's got to be Goblin Bombardment, and it's got to be now. Unfortunately, our opponent is going to make so many zombies because they get to attack with this Primeval Titan. So I'm pretty sure this means we die next turn. So if we get 2 Mayhem Devils, that's probably still not enough, is it? Play the Mayhem Devil, sack the treasure. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Actually, okay, if we draw, because we flip the Fable, if we draw exactly Goblin Bombardment, despite all of this, I believe we still win the game. The odds are not great, because we can't Season Pyromancer into it. We might be able to Season Pyromancer and live a turn? Like, we're going to 12. No, there's too many zombies here. Yeah, we're definitely dead next turn. Okay. Well, we came here to play Goblin Bombardment. This would be a very nice turn to draw one. So opponent hits us with a Primeval Titan out of 12. And how about a Goblin Bombardment? How about it? Plays a tap land, makes a million zombies, exiles a graveyard, not especially relevant. All right, well, this is it. 4 out of 46, so 9%er, 8%er? Croxa, that is not going to do it. Do we Season Pyro even? I don't think, we're just literally dead, right? So we can play Mayhem Devil. Well, I mean, let's do things. Play Mayhem Devil. Yeah, it doesn't even matter, we're dead. Sure. Well, I picked the wrong time to mock the Primeval Titan deck. Well, we're definitely bringing in 2 more Blood Moons, for sure. We're going to bring in the Thought Seizes, for sure. Maybe like a Lightning Bolt, Ragavan's not great in this matchup. Go down some Ragavans. Run it like that. So our dream is, the absolute dream, turn 1 Blood Moon. Otherwise, we need our opponent to just be like 1 turn slower. If that was a turn 4 Primeval Titan instead of a turn 3 Primeval Titan, we would have just comboed off. Well, we still need to find the bombardment, but we could have Seasoned Pyro to dig for the bombardment. If we found one, we would have won the next turn. So we ended up like 1 turn too slow. All right, we get to play first. Well, okay. We got the bombardment and a Thought Seize. Yeah, let's Blood Crypt untapped and Thought Seize you. Primeval Titan, Abrew Laser, Splunking. I mean, I guess we just have to take the Titan? I mean, we gotta take the Titan, right? The Splunking is also annoying, but we gotta take the Titan. Opponent gonna play the Grazer, do a little Rampant, probably the Colony Garden. And it goes with the World Tree. Well, it's a sad Ragavan. Well, let's play the land and pass the turn. Blood Moon would still be pretty sweet. That would be a nice draw. That would be the nicest draw. Like, Blood Moon's so good here. Oh, they found an untapped land, so they Splunking. So now we're in the, like, hope they don't draw a finisher stage of the game, which is not a great stage of the game. Oh, look at all those beautiful Blood Moons that we haven't drawn. Oh, my God. We could have flashed in the Bowmasters. I am so bad at this. If you punt... The impulse is to, like, I'm just not going to play this because it makes me look like an idiot. But if you punt, you just got to recover from it and play the card. There's not really any way around it, unfortunately. Well, let's play a Ragavan, play a Bloodstained Mire, crack the Bloodstained Mire, grab a Schwamp, and play a Bloodghast, and this 0-3 is absolutely just wrecking our face. And Natural Order for Primeval Titan. Oh, they just drew a Primeval Titan. Oh, we thought seized it. Ah, well, the extra points of damage from Bowmasters might not have mattered here. Okay, maybe I gotta take it back. Maybe we lose to the Primeval Titan deck sometimes. Seriously, though, I feel like this deck loses more than it should for how heavily played it is. Because I feel like it's, at least today, it's been the deck I've played most against in Timeless. Yes, opponent's gonna do some things here. Since they have World Tree, they can get untapped Handwear Battlements, which makes red mana to haste in the Primeval Titan, get in, make a bunch more zombies, and yeah, now we're just actually dead here. Shouldn't have said we never lose to this deck. Famous last words. I guess we'll have to settle with almost never losing to this deck and a 4-1 run instead of a 5-0, but don't let this last match taint the image of the Goblin Bombardment, because this deck is sweet and it's powerful and it's fun. So if you're looking for something different to do in Timeless, I would definitely recommend some Rakdos Bombardment action, because Goblin Bombardment is just a ridiculous card. And like I said, actually my record, I'm going to pull this up. This will be our wrap-up. This is a wrap-up. Let me pull up my Untapped, because I think the record with this deck is actually kind of wild. So we went 4-1 here, but I was playing another so I started with a version I found on the internet that someone else had played. So I played that a bit, and it did well, but I really wanted to change it up and play some of my favorite cards, so I rebuild it, and then it's been doing well since I rebuild it. But here's my overall record with Timeless Bombardment. So this was an initial build that I was just playing for testing, 5-0, and then this is our build. You just saw the last loss there to the Primeval Titan Nutter Butters, 4-1. So technically between the two builds, we are 9-1 with Timeless. And I know we were playing on gold right here, but we started off at like diamond, I think, before the reset. So yeah, if you're looking for something different, you like sacrificing things, you like doing fun stuff, I would definitely recommend some Timeless Bombardment, because the deck's fun and it's powerful and I enjoy playing it. So anyway, that's been our Much Brew for this week. Next week, we'll be back with Murders at Karlov Manor. So until then, everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.